right, we are back with Joanne, and we are 14 days out from procedure. And we had the deep plane facelift, the deep neck lift, we had a brow lift, upper and lower blepharoplasty. We did a little chin augmentation, buccal fat reduction, fat transfer, and laser. All right, how are you feeling today?
I feel absolutely normal.
Perfect. That's so good to hear. I know we're 2 weeks out. How's that tightness feeling now?
Tightness is feeling a lot better. Still feels a little bit like sort of in the neck, a little bit tightness there, but everything else feels really very, very normal, other than, the sides, which would be expected, but.
Wearing a little bit less of that recovery balm as well, too, so that must feel nice.
Yes.
All right. Well, I kind of wanted to go back to the beginning. How long was this something you'd been considering doing?
Oh, so I did research for over a year.
Okay. And had you always kind of known you wanted to do this? When did you kind of start thinking about it?
So I probably started thinking about it a few years even before that. And actually I had talked with my sister-in-law about it. Like, we thought, well, we'll do our facelifts together. But it was always just seemed out in the future. And then as I started to get a little bit older, I started to really think about, okay, when do I want to do this? And this year I turned 60, so I don't feel anywhere near 60, but really wanted to look refreshed and younger and, sort of match how I feel.
Yeah, of course. So you did research for about a year.
Yes.
And how did you find our practice?
So actually referred from somebody who comes to see Dr. Robb for laser. So the first procedure I had here was just a laser on my face. That was back in April. And I was already consulting other surgeons at that time and had reached out, obviously, with Rita, your plastic surgery consult, and had a conversation with her as well. And then just continued to do my research over the year. And finally came back to Dr. Robb and everything Rita and I had talked about and had a conversation, and then sat down and had a full consult with Dr. Robb.
Yeah, of course. And from that consultation, did you kind of feel like that was the moment you knew that you were going to do that this year, besides already obviously having been here for the laser?
Yeah, 1,000%. That I had done so much research and I knew so much. I had tons of questions. He answered them all, with he took a lot of time with me, a lot of detail. And so I felt very, very comfortable. He's a great bedside manner. But also just he cared about what I cared about. And so he took the time to make sure that I felt comfortable. And I just knew, based on his techniques and who he trained with and all of the research I had done, that I would get, as close to the most perfect outcome, or at least the perfect outcome for me, that I could get with Dr. Robb.
Of course. Well, we're glad that you're here, and we're happy to take care of you. So you had the procedure, going through recovery, and have you felt well taken care of throughout this whole process?
Extremely well taken care of. Everybody, nurses, staff, the whole team is really fantastic. And even Dr. Robb, texted me, going back and forth with me to make sure that I felt good and everything was going well. Sending pictures when I was like, oh, I'm a little concerned about this. And even last weekend, so that was already, 8 or 9 days out, right? And he still was texting me each day on the weekend to make sure that I was doing well and I didn't have any questions.
That's awesome. Well, that's what we're here to do. So we appreciate it. But you look amazing. I mean, 2 weeks out, everything is healing really, really quick, very fast, looks awesome. And I'm super excited for you. So
I'm excited too.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.